What's going on, everybody? Ship Hardbody here, but you already fucking knew that. Hope everybody's having a great day. Oh shit, my little messenger bag thingy is the flaps are flopping up. I don't really care. Doesn't matter. So hope everybody's having a great day. I'm having a really good couple of days. So yeah, no real reason. I'm just having good days, and that's awesome. So I got a little inspiration while I was in Atlanta to do a little mini series of vlogs, and they're going to be independent of one another in the sense that you can watch one and not watch any of the others, and you won't lose anything other than the knowledge that the others have. But I wanted to do like at least a 3-part little vlog series on things that I have been recently discovering and implementing in my own life, and things that I'd really like to share with everybody else. I think that'd be helpful. So the first video in the series is going to be dealing with difficult emotions, and like how to deal with difficult emotions. And I know this sounds very like new agey and hippie-ish kind of stuff, but it's real shit that we deal with on a regular basis, and then I don't find enough people talking about. So that's what we're gonna do. We're gonna talk about this, and we'll see how it goes. See if people enjoy it. If you do, then I'll keep making videos like this. I'll probably keep making videos like this anyway. You know, I do what I do. So, dealing with difficult emotions. So number one, you have to establish what is a difficult emotion. Difficult emotions are the big ones, the ones that we generally don't want to feel, and that we feel guilty for feeling. So like anger. Anger is a big one. Jealousy. Any kind of stereotypically negative emotion that people have a stigma about is what I'm talking about. And even happiness, in my opinion, can be a difficult emotion at times, because there are times where we feel happy, but we feel like we shouldn't feel happy. You know what I mean? There are a lot of times where that kind of stuff happens. Like, something happens that's unfortunate for others, but might turn out to be fortunate for us. And so, you're kind of like, oh, that's a good thing for me, but it sucks for them, and I don't know how to feel about that. Well, that's a difficult emotion. And we all process these in very different ways, but at least here in America, I don't really know how it is in other places, but at least here in America, we are just hammered, bombarded constantly with this idea that there are negative emotions and there are positive emotions, and we should only feel the positive emotions, because feeling the negative emotions is bad. It's negative. It will create strife and unhappiness in our life. And so when something happens and we feel sad, then immediately you start to feel guilt about feeling sad, and then you start to feel anxiety about the guilt you're feeling about being sad, and they just compound on top of one another, and it becomes just this rolling ball of shit knotted up inside of you, and you can't really tell anybody about it, because at the same time we're taught not to share our emotions with one another, not to be real with one another, so no one knows what you're going through. And you feel selfish if you bring it up. You feel like, oh, I shouldn't feel this way because other people have it so much worse. That's a fallacy, and it's something that's a part of dealing with difficult emotions. So the thing I want to stress immediately, right off the bat, is let yourself feel what you feel. Give yourself the freedom and have the compassion for yourself to feel what you need to feel, without any judgment, without blaming yourself for feeling that way. Let me think of an example, an involuntary feeling. So if you're just standing around and someone comes up and they just slug you as hard as they can right in the arm, assuming that they have any amount of strength whatsoever, that's gonna hurt. Now, you're gonna immediately feel pain when that happens. Now, are you going to be angry with yourself for feeling pain? No. That's silly. That's ridiculous. It makes no sense that you would be angry at yourself for feeling an involuntary feeling, for having an involuntary reaction. You don't control the pain receptors in your body. So unless you have some sort of disease that prevents you from feeling pain, you're going to feel pain and you're going to react to it. It's how you react to you reacting that makes the difference. And this is the point that I want to drive home, is dealing with difficult emotions becomes more difficult when you don't allow yourself to feel those emotions. We feel like we should have to stuff them deep down inside and never let anybody know that we're angry at them. So we put on a brave face and we smile and we fake it. And we're just like, oh yeah, no, it's fucking fine that you cut me out. No, that's fine. I understand you're in a hurry. You have a more important place to be. You need to get there faster than I do. That's fine. Don't do that. You know, if somebody cuts you off in traffic, feel that anger. Feel that immediate gut reaction to want to reach through their window and punch them in the fucking face. Feel it. Let yourself feel it. Allow yourself to feel that. Now, coupled with this is the understanding that once you allow yourself to begin feeling these emotions and letting your brain process them, because we all possess these primal instincts. Once you begin understanding on a cognitive level, okay, I'm experiencing anger and I'm allowing myself to experience this, then you have to analyze why this is making you angry. And I don't mean you have to get on some like deep psychoanalytical level here. You don't have to become your own therapist or anything, but I just mean on a basic level, like, why did them cutting you off in traffic make you angry? Was it because they made you feel unsafe and that made you feel anxious? So that manifests itself as an anger at their irresponsible actions, or actions that you deem as being irresponsible. Were you angry that you were trying to get somewhere very quickly and them cutting in front of you is preventing you from getting there quickly, therefore you're going to be late, and that causes anxiety in you? These types of things are what I'm talking about. So if you're happy, if you're really happy about something, try to figure out why you're happy. Like, what about a certain circumstance makes you happy? For me, it's riding a motorcycle. I had to really, once I started thinking about this, really analyze what about riding a motorcycle makes me happy. Now, see this, I don't know if you guys saw that, but that was a prime example of what I was just talking about. That person was completely stopped in traffic in a merge lane with a turn signal on, and instead of waiting for an open spot, they just swooped in front of that truck and almost sideswiped them. Now, the person in that truck could think, oh, what a fucking asshole. Or maybe the person in the car who was in the merge lane is a brand new driver. Maybe they're learning how to drive. Maybe they don't have a handle on it yet. Maybe they just got a really shitty phone call and they had to change lanes very quickly to get back home because someone is sick. You don't know. And that's the thing, is once we allow ourselves to begin experiencing these emotions and allowing ourselves to have the compassion to forgive ourselves for experiencing these emotions, and then eventually get to the point where you don't need to forgive yourself at all because you don't feel any sort of remorse for feeling an emotion. Once you get to that point, then you start to have that compassion for other people. You start to understand where other people are coming from. And this is the more difficult part for people. So back to my example of happiness. For me, it's riding a motorcycle. I love riding a motorcycle. It is one of my favorite things in the world. If I could do this for a fucking living, I would. For the rest of my life, I would make this my job. I love riding my motorcycle. But why do I love riding my motorcycle? And for me, it all boils down to one simple word, but that word has a lot of connotation, and that is freedom. And that's what a lot of people will say when they talk about riding a motorcycle. It's the freedom. And it really is, but you have to go a little deeper than that. And so I've been trying to examine my own feelings on it, and I'm not going to bore you with those right now because that's not the point of this video. It's not for me to talk about my own feelings. It's to get people to understand that you are allowed to have feelings. But no one can give you permission to have them except you. And that's the hardest part, is allowing yourself to feel these emotions and these feelings without judgment, without any sort of anxiety or guilt attached to them. And so that's my challenge for you guys, is the next time that you're really happy, or the next time you're really sad, or you're really angry, or you're really jealous, that's a really difficult emotion to allow yourself to feel, and to feel compassion for yourself about, because it scares us. jealousy is a terrifying emotion. In my opinion, jealousy is the most terrifying emotion, because it is a deep-rooted sense of inadequacy that causes it. And we all have it. We all fucking have it. But that's another topic for another video. So what I want you guys to do is just, if you feel inclined, and you don't have to do this. That's the beautiful thing. You don't have to do this. You can go the rest of your life hating yourself for feeling these emotions, and that's fine. It's not hurting anybody but you. So my hope and my goal is that people will watch this video and understand that we all feel the exact same emotions. We all feel them. So let's allow ourselves to feel them. Let's allow other people to feel them. Let's allow people to be angry. Let's allow people to be sad. Let's allow people to be outrageously happy without putting any sort of restriction or condition on it. Allow yourself to feel emotion. And I guarantee you, once you start allowing yourself to feel emotion and really feel it and not judge yourself for it, you will start to notice your life, and it sounds trite, but it's true, your life will change. It may not change drastically, but it will change at least a little bit in how you approach other people in stressful or excitable situations. So that's my challenge to you guys, is allow yourself to feel what you feel without any sort of judgment from the thinking part of your brain. So I hope you guys enjoyed this. I'm gonna have, like I said, a couple more videos sort of relating to this topic. They're all part of the same sort of, I don't really call it self-improvement. It's just more like self-love, if you will. It sounds really stupid, but that's basically what it is. It's just about loving yourself and learning to accept who you are and why you are the way that you are. So I hope you guys enjoyed it. If you did, let me know in the comments. As always, this is Chip Hardbody, and I hope you guys are having a real nice fucking day. And I'll catch you guys next time. Peace.